give a fuck. Nigga know what's up. Better leave to the alone and get a okay, I don't give a fuck. You nigga know what's up. Better leave that shit alone. Come get a
What it is, man? It's your boy Tony Boy, aka Know what I'm saying? We at Outkast. Outkast podcast. And we got the infamous CeeLo Green, Mr. Gnarls, Barkley. How you doing, brother? And my host.
We got Asia Bella. Hello.
Yep, you already know it's your boy Papa Duck. You already know what time it is, man.
Okay.
Straight up and down.
What's going on, man?
What's up, good people?
All right, man.
Let's talk about it.
So we are blessed to have Grammy, BT, Billboard, et cetera, in the house with us today.
Yes, ma'am.
We are honored, privileged. I'm just happy. I was your backup dancer last night.
That's
You
right.
seen that, right? Yeah.
Get to it.
I was. Where my check at? You see how I was doing my moves last night?
Man, I heard about
But we
you
are
too,
thankful.
man.
We are thankful to have you here.
Thank you.
So being the, I don't think a lot of people know this, man. Bringing the sauce to the culture. Let's start off with that. You really created the Young Thugs and Uzi Verts and all this being themselves.
Rod Waves.
The Rod Wave, like everybody, like this is when you tell a story, when you say, I'm the one. If it wasn't no spaghetti sauce, it wouldn't be no spaghetti.
For sure.
You was the sauce. You know what I'm saying? You really was the sauce. You know what I'm saying? How does that feel that you don't? I don't think you get enough credit for that.
Well, first of all, I appreciate you even saying that. I don't think about it much. You know what I mean? I like to see the culture continue on, progressive forward motion, and I believe that the universe, appoints these key people, you know what I mean, like who speak, and they embody, a presence, an effect, and an influence, and of course the platform underneath them to be, effective in a way of where we pushing the culture forward. And I think that's a reincarnation every so often. So it's the same lineage, you know what I mean? So if, in many ways, I could definitely feel like a godfather to the game. Fortunately for me, I've been around that long. You know what I'm saying? And I've survived and I sustained and maintained a level of relevancy. You know what I'm saying?
Been around a long time.
And all of that. You know what I mean? We're talking about 30 plus years. So I'm humble at this point. You know what I mean? So I think what's understood don't really need to be explained. But like I say, it's an out-of-body experience to see some of your influence, some of your inspiration, in someone else. So it's almost like I feel like a proud father in many ways, and I feel like it's family. So you don't compete with your sons. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You, as a matter of fact, you want your sons to be better than you could have ever been. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because our time, we were up against, different type of obstructions in the way, different types of limitations. You know what I mean? And we made the best of what we could do and what we could contribute. You know what I mean? So for them to take it further, to me, salute to that. So salute to everybody who you name.
Has any homage been paid though? Like, I mean, have you met any of these artists and they just gave you your flowers?
Man, it's funny that you asked me that because we were talking about that not too long ago, and I was basically saying to myself, well, maybe it's not so outright because niggas still be around. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm still very much, a threat and competition. You know what I'm saying? If we talking in those terms, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But also, humbly, I say, I still got so much more to do. You know what I mean? Like, there's many more things that I think I'm capable of. Either I have not had the time or the appointed time, you know what I'm saying, or the opportunity to do just yet. You know what I mean? Like, because, one thing at a time. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I feel good about the game, and no, they don't got to say nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a shamelessness in homage, and, I think if it's for anybody to know, it's for me to know. It's like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like a wink to me, like we know. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And it take a special individual to do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, because what can I say? I took from other people too. I took from Prince. I took from Michael Jackson. The icons of our era. You know
You
what I mean?
wasn't scared to be yourself, like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's the most gangster thing you can do is just be yourself.
like be yourself, like, you know what I'm saying?
Because you alone in that. You got to go up against.
Authentic.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to go up against it all.
Yeah, cause the way you pulled up and Shawty Law birthday party on the damn horse.
Man, somebody just asked me about that yesterday. I swear to God.
Was you hurt, bro?
Okay, so let me just finally take an opportunity to even explain that. Shawty Law was my man. You know what I mean? And I'm from the West Side too. So, he's definitely a legend and a real one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for, his celebration, my man OG Will, he owns this particular nightclub that was it's called the Bank. And it used to be the Bankhead Bounce.
Okay.
Years ago. Then it was vacant for 10 plus years, and he, went and put back some money into it. But anyway, to answer the question, so when he was showing me the blueprints when they were building it out, and the big bank door, you know what I'm saying, it's big enough to drive a car in there. And so how he was explaining to me, the cars would come through and drop whoever that person off is at they booth and revolve around and go back out the door. So I was like, I ain't know if nobody had done it already, but I'm like, let me go a step further. Let me make it, try to make it monumental in my own way. And I don't know what, it was crazy, man. I just said, like, I'm gonna ride a horse up here. so I got to tell you the rest of the story. I ain't really think it through, you know what I mean? Like, because they allowed me to do it. When I told them the idea, I said, this is what I want to do. Everybody was like, cool. And they said, whatever you want to do. Right. So what happened was this night, it was set, I was running late, the horse handlers was running late. And so I did a quick little roundabout in the parking lot before I went in. Okay. And even on the slick asphalt, I felt that the other horse could slip. And I was like, damn, okay. so instead of going in and doing the diligence and making sure, everything was secured, I said, instead of me getting back off this motherfucker, man, you know what I mean? Like, I said, go. So even though they oversighted the protocol and the preparation, they just went on my word. Okay, go. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we was already late. Right. So we gets in there. Nobody went in there to clear the area, wipe the floor. The horse slipping in Hennessy and all kind of shit. So that's what happened. Me not thinking that this is not practical for livestock. It ain't built for that.
Right.
My mind was just to come do it one time, do a little lap, jump off, go to my booth, and then the party get started. But me not thinking it's smoke in there, it's liquor everywhere, flashing lights,
the
cameras,
horse is getting
noise.
triggering
It
the
got
horse.
aggravated, it got triggered. I didn't think about that at all. But I will say this. I wasn't hurt because I was talking to the handler who was holding the horse, and I said, hey, should I jump off? And he was like, yes, sir.
And you jumped off.
But I didn't because your foot in the reins, and I was like, what I don't want to happen is
Yo, I get caught in that rain.
get caught in the rain, bust my head on this motherfucking concrete floor, and this horse take off, go crazy, and drag me through this motherfucker stuck. Right. So I was trying to wait for the right time, and I felt his legs buckled, and if you notice, did you see when I hit the ground? I rolled out the way.
Yeah, you run go on here and got your hands up out the way. I
said because the other thing I didn't want was that motherfucker to grab them hind legs and keep me in my fucking mouth. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I just made sure I was in the clear. And I'm just gonna tell y'all, you know what I mean? It could have been worse than that. Yeah, the horse could have went crazy and it hurt somebody permanently or what have you. It could have been terrible. So you know what? I'm around family. If you can't fuck up like that, then everybody have a laugh about it. We get on to the rest of the party. Then if you can't do that around family, what can you do with that? So it wasn't nothing but love. All that line in there with me. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It was love. We laughed about it, man. We kept partying all night.
R.I.P. to Shawty Law, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Shawty Law. The animal wasn't hurt. I wasn't hurt. It was all in fun. And then that's what really made the shit iconic because it went everywhere.
Right.
That bit went everywhere.
So I'm glad it happened because it put more light on bruh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, I wanted to ask you though, man, like from a production standpoint. I know you came from that era where it was like live music.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to know like how you feel about today. You know, it's a lot of synthesized sounds, drum packs. You know, it ain't like back in the day where like when y'all did Liberation.
Right.
I saw that a lot of that was a lot of
yes, sir.
played stuff, and that's one of my like top songs. right?
Mine too.
Right. Well, so what you think about today music as far as then and now, as far as how they do production now? You know what I'm saying? From live instruments and stuff like that to just synthesized stuff.
Well, back then, that's why the Dungeon family is so
Yes.
vast, because it was including us all inclusive of the live musicians.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like all of the same musicians for the most part play all of that live stuff from Southern Playlist to Cadillac Music on up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we were just one big happy family.
Right.
And then we was recording what's called 2-inch tape.
Yep.
And so this attributed itself to the music that preceded us. When you had to nail that shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because you can't just punch in. You got to rewind the tape all the way back to the top. So, like I've said in the press before, like when I did Gnarls, Barkley, Crazy, it just come out of habit. I only sang it one time, and the way you hear it is the only time I just sang
No
it down
stacks,
one time.
no nothing.
No,
It's
one
a
take.
raw vocal.
He's known for that. I
You know what I'm
noticed
saying?
that.
Because it's just come from the conditioning of recording the tape from that time. So now, with time come convenience. So like convenience with technological advancement and things of that nature. So it's really about the shortest distance between point A and point B. You're trying to get done so you can be more proactive. You can just, you can mass produce.
Right.
So there are benefits to it, I'm saying, but there's also, you can become complacent too.
That
You know what I
too.
mean? And that's kind of the reason why, we could call what we did live music, and the reason why they probably consider the music of the day content. If we seldom call it music anymore. You know what I mean? It's content and commerce, so it's just product placement.
But when you
That's
look,
not to insult it either.
no, you're right.
Right.
When you look up CeeLo Green, they label you as a rapper,
Right.
and it's like I'm so much more than that. Like,
For
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not only just, but you like really like Jimi Hendrix, Prince. All this is put in one. Like then you can turn to that gangster mode and get there. It's just like I don't think.
And that's where I was ignorant at, the gangster. Because I made a comment with JT Money where I was just like, how did CeeLo and JT Money come together? Because I was saying, like, you were two different, but musically, your music is different, But I was talking more background. And then when I did my history,
Oh, no,
you
yeah,
were known
gangsta.
as a jack boy.
A real thug.
I said, what?
Yeah,
So I'm
real.
like, it makes sense. And then, like, Action was one of your favorite records, I believe.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so it was just like, okay, that was dope. But I'm like, I'm like, CeeLo Green thugging? Nah.
Shout out.
But that's
Now
crazy.
it makes sense
Yeah, it
because
makes
when you
sense,
see
yeah.
Young Thug paint his nails and put on dresses, and it's like
Thugger
he
too.
really a thug. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just
yeah.
like judging a book by its cover. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of these things you could do under artistic license. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm fortunate for that because, you sometimes you can implode with the energy, you know what I'm saying, without the outlet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm glad that there was an artistic outlet for a mind, such as mine. You know what I mean? And I had told God, you know what I'm saying, I said, man, if you spare my life with this opportunity, man, I would denounce every dumb shit a decision I ever made. So I never went to glorify this shit. You know what I'm saying? And real guys, this is like, man, shit.
I ain't speaking on it
They ain't
anyway.
speaking on this shit, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't
Like,
speaking on it.
you know what I mean? But I heard somebody make an interesting comment about today's music. Like, a lot of these kids, man, like, they getting their stripes in real time. You know what I mean? Like, they leaving out the studio, coming from whatever shit they doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, and really, really document that shit. You know what I mean?
Bro, they would catch a hat and get on live with it.
Yeah.
They would get on. They would really get on live to smack somebody.
Yeah, that's
oh, that
crazy.
shit wild.
Yeah,
That's
Man,
wild.
that's wild, bro. Like, it's crazy, dog.
No, I want to just acknowledge, man, shout out to the whole PC. I'm talking about Madball, Uzi, Drugs, Devin now, you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah.
And of course, man, OGJT, who I love, man, an awful lot, man. That's OG
Yeah, he's
for me.
awesome,
He
awesome
definitely-
man, for real.
Man, I feel to be blessed with the voice you got. Cause I be like, anybody could have had that voice, but you was blessed with that voice. You got a unique voice.
A unique sound, for sure.
I got to give you that. I mean,
Let me tell you, man. When I'm just me, I'm not concerned about it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But what's truly amazing is I bumped into people or I've been in a place where I just kind of speaking, speaking voice to somebody, and somebody might just turn around and be like, CeeLo Green.
Right.
And say, I recognize your speaking voice. I was like, well, damn. You know what I mean? So it's just as amazing to me, you know what I mean? Because I really don't truly know what I maybe had even done to deserve nothing. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Gotcha.
I think there's a lot of pain. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? A pain in what I write, what I sing. You know what I'm saying? That's my conviction. You know what I mean? That's my commitment to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm sure about.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
But if I could purpose that pain, I could be a blessing to somebody. And I just feel like, I earn a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, like of a guarantee for my own soul. You know what I mean? You feel me? So I feel like I got work to do. I got to be more proactive about, you know what I'm saying, being positive, you know what I'm saying, like, and being constructive, because I done did so much and took so much, and, you know what I mean? You feel me? Like, so I'm just trying to get the best balance on that as I can get, you know what I mean? So that's why I do it like that, you know what I mean?
So go ahead. No, so something that I noticed last night, I was at one of your concerts last night, and shout out to your DJ. Your DJ did a phenomenal job.
DJ Incredible, yeah.
Yes. However, in the beginning, there was a complication with the intro.
It was.
And what I noticed, I said, oh shit, we about to have a moment where CeeLo about to throw the mic or something. So my thing is, you have this patience where compared to other celebrities on your caliber, they react on impulse, where they'll curse out their DJ, they'll throw a mic or something like that. How did you gain that discipline to be like, okay, it's a mistake, I'm not going to react so crazy? Because I thought it was going to be an oh shit moment, CeeLo about to act out,
No, just through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was immature and inexperienced, you know what I mean? In that way as well. You know what I mean? Like, when you're in the light, you know what I mean? Like, it's just that vulnerability, you know what I'm saying? Like, in front of people, you know what I mean? It could be your ego, you know what I mean? It could be any of those things. And, no, but I've just learned over time, you know what I mean, like, to pace and almost embrace it all, you know what I mean, like, the liability, you know what I'm saying, like, that come along with it too, because you can't predict these things. And we've had entire shows go out, you know what I mean, before. And, I might, it kind of does help develop your skill set. You might have to then improv, go off the top of your head, like get to talking to people, cracking jokes till they fix it. But never to be embarrassed anymore. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Because sometimes people don't know if it's a prop or if it's that some of y'all doing purposely for the show. But y'all saw me though, because y'all was sitting right directly behind me. And I was like, what happened to the intro? Well, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I was like, oh shit.
So yeah, we go back and forth about little stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? It come with the game. But now I want to disrespect him or disrespect myself or any of y'all, not the paying public and the people that really, came out and supported and showed love, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm there to do. So yeah, we're gonna keep it.
That's awesome. That's a huge discipline.
I wanna cover this. You being that you work with Andre 3000 and Big Boy, y'all whole, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then you hear today that, like, I see Big Boy, he being a granddad and he doing this thing, and then you see Andre, he pop out with an album playing a flute. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And I know y'all always been different, but when I heard him, when I say I'm only 34. I've been into the music game since I was like 8 years old. It's always been a dream for me to get. But then when I seen him say, he ain't got nothing else to say. He said in the interview he don't got nothing else to say. Have you ever been in that? Like, do you think that's a breaking point, or is it just like you think he don't in tune with himself? Like, have you ever been in that mental state where you just feel like you ain't got nothing else to say, like you don't want to deal with it no more?
Maybe not to that extreme, but yeah, you have moments of where you just probably need to hard reset. You know what I mean? And maybe go and live a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it's always, a situation of supply and demand. And success only ensures that. I mean, you feel me? Like, so it's taxing. You know what I mean? And it's a lot to not have any anonymity whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be all about the character of that person and the way that they built. You know what I mean? You feel me? Like, that's my brother. We're very similar, but then also we're very different as well. You know what I mean?
I always thought you and Big Boy was kin to each other. Y'all kind of favor each other a little bit.
Yeah, no, I heard that before too. But we've been together so long. Like me and Dre go all the way back to the 3rd grade. We've been brothers a long time. So I think the longest relationships I got out of the dungeon is with Dre, Timo. He grew up a street over from me, from the Goodie. Shouts out to the Goodie.
Right.
And then Backbone. If I don't know if y'all know Backbone, we've been together since we was kids.
Okay.
But yeah, and you know what? That's his perspective, and we respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like as a supporting unit, you know, it's like whatever you decide, whatever you think. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, you know, it could be a passing moment. You know what I mean? But you know, but apparently it's something that's, you know what I mean, that's stayed with him over the last 15 years. Like, you know what I mean? And, you know, there was a time when we weren't at liberty to talk about his personal life or what was the causes and the effects, you know, but he's since then spoken on, so I can now, you know, but he was dealing with severe social anxiety, stage fright, a lot of, you know what I mean? You know, diagnosable things. You know what I'm saying? That we didn't know that it was that serious.
I knew it was something like, cause it's just somebody that was a part of the culture that big. Like y'all is big. You know what I'm saying? And just to hear him say, like, but that hurt an artist, a real artist that's different, that listen to music, that, you know what I'm saying? Like to say that you don't have nothing else to say no more.
Yeah, I think he's trying to normalize or something. You know?
Yeah, it was hurtful to hear. You know what I mean? Because when I talk to him, I don't want to talk about no business. I don't want to talk about no music or nothing. I just want, bro, what's up?
Personal.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get back to that. I mean, like, you know, because I don't want him to be inconvenienced to feel like there's no ulterior motive in me, you know, reaching out to him at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Dre is special. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we, you know, I'm very protective of him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like
a little brother, like your big brother, little brother type. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we the same age. You know what I'm saying? You feel
Just
me?
a
Like,
brotherhood in
so
general.
It's a brotherhood
yeah,
in general, though.
Me, him, and Big, we all the younger brothers of the dungeon. All of us 49, you know what I'm saying, like years old, and everybody else is like a couple years older than us. Right. You know what I mean? So we go together like that. But, you know, as far as what he want to do professionally, I think it's cool. I thought the Flute album was cool. I thought it was unique and a brilliant idea. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, and we call that shit escape artist. You know what I'm saying?
You found a route.
You know, how can, and let me tell you his thing. They've got the most impeccable track record of any fucking hip hop duo of all time. Definitely. They're the absolute best.
The best.
You know what I'm saying?
The best duo that ever did.
So this is the thing. You know, how do you top that? I'm saying, like, without putting yourself at risk. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like after you've sold 14 million, you know, hard copies, you know what I mean, like of a CD, it's like, man, really, what else can you do? Right. You know what I mean? And so if your life has been under the guise of performing and trying to, you know, serve, you know, other people, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, like, then you could potentially lose yourself on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? But I love the people. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because my way for me had always been an orator of sorts. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, it was always about getting to the core of the people. You know what I'm saying? Because we were dealing with, you know, social consciousness and activism and things of those nature. I mean, things of that nature. So that was more, you know what I mean, like, of a inclination for me in comparison. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I also feel like, you know, his nickname is Possum Jenkins. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he might just want to see, because there's a great quote by Andy Warhol that says, "Art is what you can get away with." You know what I mean? So, you feel me?
Exactly.
That's dope.
So again, there he is, you know, taking a leap, you know, a giant leap for all mankind. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and guess what? He succeeded.
Exactly. And I was just going to go back on that. Like, sometimes it's two ways you could view things. With him saying, I don't have nothing to say anymore, it's like maybe it might have been I've done so much. I've done so much. What more can I do? You know? Well,
you're absolutely right. But this is the thing. So if he can do an all instrumental album, and then another artist can do a whole album that's saying a lot, but adding up to nothing, then what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? We kind of are entertained by nothingness more often than not. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Right.
You know, because the music, it don't feed anymore. It entertains. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cool way to pass the time. And this is not an insult. This is just a State of the Union address. It just kind of is what it is. And we always want to be, you know, represented as a counterbalance. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? because balance is righteous. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Because there literally is a time and a place for everything, but not one thing all the time. That's a chemical imbalance.
Yeah,
That's sickness. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah.
And to know that there's an agenda, you know, underneath it, you know what I'm saying, like that perpetuates, you know what I'm saying, you feel me, like, and you know what I mean, it's sinister in many ways what they've done to us, you know what I mean, because
It's
music
fucked
is so,
up.
yeah,
It's fucked up.
it's fucked up.
I want to ask you this, man. Did you ever, you know how like, bro, I seen TLC go through it. I seen, you know, like JT Money when he broke up with his, you know, his the Poison Clan and this, that, and the third. Did you ever experience the breaking up and then the group not being the group no more? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where it was a time where y'all wasn't speaking on the same terms y'all was when y'all was the Dungeon Family, or was it like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of artists that in your stature, and that's great like you, these labels still owe checks to.
Oh, for sure, man. You know, my guys did an album called One Monkey Don't Stop No Show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You understand? So I definitely done been through it.
And do any of these labels owe you some money?
Nah.
I just want to know, cause but we like JT said in this documentary, his mom was saying, like, he was like, Mom, don't even read it, just sign it, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I feel like, you know, a lot of us fall a victim of that. You feel what I'm saying? They don't want to read nothing, then
That's true. But you know, when you're a young aspiring artist and you're trying to get on, you know, you gonna take somebody, you know, having an interest in you, an interest enough to want to commit, you know what I'm saying, like, to paper, you know, like, that's more of a compliment than not. You know what I'm saying? At that time, it's like, shit, man, somebody sees my actual talent, you know. But no, we definitely have not been as literate, you know what I'm saying? You feel me, like, business wise, you know what I mean, like, to sustain, you know, and ultimately own ourselves, you know. But I think it's cold, man, that some of these contracts are like, they be for life for some people.
Yeah, man.
Bro.
Like, I'm like, who would even do
The
that?
contracts are like 90-10 these days, bro.
Crazy.
That's insane.
90-10, 10% your way.
Over here throughout the universe, so if your ass go to Mars,
Yeah. I want in.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Like 90-10. Well, it's really 87-13. You know what I'm saying?
I want to double back. I want to speak on the Goodie Smalls thing, since I mentioned it. I never hardly talk about it, but I want to expound on that just a little bit, because I don't want it to not make sense to nobody. But yeah, to go back and answer that question, yeah, we've been through it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But like, man, if I love you, man, goddamn, I love you for life. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, and sometimes, you know, your personal affairs spill over into the street. You know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate, but it happens with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at documentaries of just different rock groups, some motherfuckers be hating each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, man, but it's this thing, man, like, a white homeboy of mine told me, he said, man, they do what's called peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what that mean is, you might not get along with this person, but that person might got the peanut butter, and you got the jelly. Now, you done had the peanut butter sandwich by itself, and you done had the jelly sandwich by itself if you coming out the mud like us, right?
Mm-hmm. Mayonnaise sandwiches, all that. Sugar water,
sugar bread.
Yeah, all that.
Hey, but neither one of them tastes as good. You know
When
what
you
I'm
put
saying?
it
Like,
together, exactly.
Gotta put
it
it
is what it
together.
is. And man, put the facts before the feelings, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? The business before the personal. That's it. And you got to practice that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so, you know, I'm a firm believer in taking a professional approach to your personal life. And I was like, man, look, to expound on that, even the One Monkey Don't Stop No Show, it was a couple of different things that they was referencing with that. People thought that it was a direct diss to me. It was referencing me, but it was also referencing a number of different things. Like, you know, the group had just got dropped from the label because the label closed. You know,
And was that how you pronounce it?
what that?
The label.
Oh, Arista.
Arista. There you go.
Yeah, man, Joe got injured in an accident. You know what I mean? Like, it was a number of different things. So what he was basically saying is a monkey wrench. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Not calling bro no monkey. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, you know, but I think that was still the time too, to where I think it was just some ill advisory. I don't even know where that might have even came from. But you know, this was around the time with 50 Cent that was popularizing beef. You know what I mean? So, you know, maybe in some hopes that it would bring more attention to the album, then we could really, knowing that it don't mean that exactly, but after you get the light on you, then you can explain what it actually means. You feel me?
Right,
so it's just kind of, you know what I mean? But nah, yeah,
You
we
think
went through all
it'd be
shit.
the industry fault, or but that come between brotherhoods like that, like all these people that done from the Pops and Biggies like that done been one, and then the industry get in the middle of it and then separate everybody.
Well, the unfortunate truth is, it's more profit in war than it is in peace.
That is true. Now, you just hit a light bulb when you mentioned Biggie. So I got a question for you.
Come on.
I've heard that, well, I've known you written songs for Puff, which if people don't know who Puff is, newer generation, Diddy.
You been to one of them
So-
parties?
Biggie was a huge fan of yours, and he wanted to do a song with you.
Yes.
What was your answer to that? Would you have done it or?
Absolutely. To be totally honest, in the moment, Big hadn't become big at that time.
Okay.
So I still remember. Let me tell you a little bit behind that story. So Puff actually directed Players Ball for Outkast. So Bad Boy and the Dungeon Family, we've been like this. You know what I'm saying? Like from the very beginning. And he saw something in me before I realized it in myself. So he invited me out to some writers' camps and stuff like that. I remember we went to the Bahamas, and that's when the whole the original title of the album was Hell Up in Harlem. Then it became No Way Out. This is the album with everything on it, all about the Benjamins and all of that. So I was there for those sessions and stuff like that, but I was still a little green and awkward about it. You know what I'm saying? The invite, the opportunity itself, I didn't know what it meant. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, because I'm coming from a crew, you know what I mean? And again, I'm still not realizing my own potential, but that's why he is the executive, regardless of, you know what I mean, like anything else. As an executive, you know what I mean, like he deserves, you know what I mean, that accolade. And I can attest to that on a personal level because he came for me, you know what I mean? And so I almost signed a Bad Boy.
Oh wow.
And I kind of don't even know why I didn't, but I remember it was Outkast's first listening party in New York, and it was our first time going to New York as a crew. So shouts out to Big Rube, man. We running late for the
Shout out.
we running late for the airplane, right? So everybody's going up the escalator trying to get there. So this man is right in front of me, and Big Rube's a big dude. So you know how you're going up the escalator and the steps keep coming up, right? So he missed a step and the top of his foot hit it, then it boom, it smashed down like that.
Oh.
And his leg broke so severely
Oh, my goodness.
that I saw the bone hit the side of his jeans like, you know what I'm saying? My bad, me do that.
Go ahead.
So it was like, wow, it snapped. And then he was like, oh my God. So he had to drag himself to the side, pull himself to the side. We got up to the top of the escalator. And I was like, Rube. And it was just like a movie because he was like, it was like a war movie. He was like, go.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I can't leave, bro. Go. You know what I'm saying? So I had to leave him there. You know what I'm saying? You feel
I
me?
know that's right.
And we ended up going to that the listening party, and Big. They was just privy to them first snippets and stuff. They was doing snippet cassettes and stuff like that. And I don't know how he knew the whole verse to Get Up, Get Out. But he was right in the front of the stage.
Singing word for word.
Singing word for word. And I was like, wow. You know what I mean? You know, so he pulled me to the side after we got off stage, and he was like, yo, I don't know what your business situation is
Oh,
like.
my goodness.
You know, he said, but,
Sounds just like him.
but once you get your affairs in order, you know what I mean? I want you to work with me on my album.
Rude, man.
And so this album ends up becoming Ready to Die. You know what I mean? So I don't know how I missed out on the opportunity, but you know, it is what it is. But that's a dope story though.
Yeah, that is a dope story.
I would say this though. I personally got to say this to go back to the breakup with the group. I was personally hurt, bro.
I know.
I grew up on y'all boy. I say, damn, man, that touched me, bro. But it was more inspiring to see y'all come back.
Oh, for sure.
That was not that right there, because I've been through the same thing. I had a group. I was the only one kept going. You know what I'm saying?
For
so
sure.
to say that y'all got, I think y'all got the last one y'all did with the trumpets in it.
Survival Kid for my
for my people.
Yeah, for my people. Yeah.
So is this something like y'all coming back together? We gonna see something with the whole squad together?
Man, we talking about it right now, man, because I gotta acknowledge the life and legacy of Rico Wade, man. Rest in peace.
That was a real dungeon. Y'all was at his house doing all this, right?
Yo, so y'all see the cover of Future new mixtape? That's the dungeon on the cover of it.
Right.
And I just thought that was just so strong of him to do that. You know what I mean?
Nice. What, isn't Future some kin to someone?
Future is Rico's cousin.
Nice. I got that through the grapevine. Someone told me
That's
that.
true.
So okay.
Future is ours. You know
Okay, nice.
Just to answer the question though, we are talking about it because we want to do a tribute project to him, and I feel like we owe it to him.
Yeah, man.
And you know, man, just over time, man, dudes get older, man. Like, you know, just their priorities change. You know what I'm saying? Certain people have certain successes, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So everybody could benefit from a collective effort. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it just becomes a larger conversation. You know what I mean? And it's just politics and business. It's like I hate that we even gotta, you know, deal with that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know, let's do what we do. So we were just all talking the other day, man. So, you know, I think we're gonna sit down and you know, have a heart to heart, man, like with everybody, man. Just recount. Cause it just be stuff that you just don't talk about. You know what I mean? And it just festers over the years and just becomes, you know what I mean? You know, just unnecessarily, you know what I mean? You know, bullshit.
Okay, so time is about to be of the essence.
Oh, my bad.
So, no, I just wanted to say, I wanted to mention we just took a loss in the hip-hop game of Rich Homie Quan.
Man.
And I wanted to know, like, as far as all three, have you personally worked or knew Rich Homie Quan?
Oh, yeah, in Atlanta, we all know each other. We all know each other.
Do you have an interesting story to share about Rich Homie?
I would have loved to work with him, actually. And, you know, rest in peace to him. You know what I mean? I just think it's so unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just hope that it becomes, you know, an awakening for others who may be, you know, privately dealing with the same issues. I'm saying, like addictions or what have you. You know what I mean? I would have loved to work with him because I always thought he was such a distinguishable talent out of all of the young boys that was coming up around his time. You know what I mean? Because when he first, even in the wake of his demise, you know what I mean? Like, he had become a young OG. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Because he done a lot. You know what I mean? And I just love watching the montage that somebody put together on their IG of his records, just accounting for his, you know what I'm saying? You know, his musical history. And I was like, damn. I said, bro, because some kind of way, we loved that when that first came. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So I loved it. I loved Stoner when I first heard it. You know what I'm saying? So we got love for them, and we support them. And if they ever call on us, we there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make myself available for any of them who might ever, you know what I mean, want to reach out in that way. No different than, you know, Offset, my young boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, rest in peace to Take. You know what I mean? Quavo, man. I got my former business partner ended up being their manager, so I got introduced to them really early. And the first time I met them in person, we all went to see the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan because he wanted to. He was doing a summons.
You watched Farrakhan?
Yeah.
You met Farrakhan?
Oh yeah, multiple times. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the big homeboy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm into that.
You know what I mean? So that was heavy. All of it is being heavy, man. It's just like, yo. Then you just kind of look at it and you just become more grateful because it's like, damn, like I know what allowed us to make it, you know what I mean, is the music that we did. It was a saving grace. You know what I'm saying? You know, and sometimes we just become the product of certain environments that we're in. You know what I mean? And that's just unfortunate. And I just want better discernment. That's my prayer for the young boys, man. Just better discernment. You know what I mean? Like on how to, you know, how to have that 6 degree of separation. You know what I mean? Like, stop bleeding all this shit together. You know what I mean? And, you know, hey, man, we all real. So it's like, it's a difference between drug use and drug abuse. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I mean? But to go back to bro, I really appreciated what he contributed to the game. And it was untimely, and it's just so unfortunate. And I want people to learn from it. You know what I mean? Like, as an elder statesman, and all of us, all of the Atlanteans, the ATLians, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? That's coming from me. You know what I mean? You know, so that go out to them, and condolences and prayers go out to his family, man, because that's just a tragic loss. We got kids out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to live on for them babies.
Like you say, you just when you said Buddy broke his leg and told you to keep going. I do want to give like a moment of silence because around the time this interview come out, my best friend will be passed. I was in the middle of today of pulling the plug on. You know what I'm saying? And I canceled this. You know what I'm saying? Because I was really deep in my feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like I was deep in my she was supposed to come to the JT Money show with me, all that. You feel me? And my best friend, this is another best friend of mine, been 10 years plus. Like she called me and she said, "Bro, you canceling the show?" I was like, "Man, I'm battling. I'm going through it right now." She was like, "Man, listen, you said yourself like this is a reason why your career didn't go too much as far as you wanted it to go because you start putting everybody before you."
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Your career and stuff. Like, I'm literally, I got to leave here and go to the hospital and finish this little process. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, once you know to keep going and keep pushing and get through what you got to go through, like, you know what I'm saying, to get where you got to go, you feel what I'm saying? I felt that, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? And it confirmed, like, even though, like, them trials and tribulations or whatever you going through, you still got to keep going, like, you know what I'm saying? So I commend you for that, you know what I'm just saying, putting that message out there.
Yeah, put a light on him. We just looked at each other because I was like, dude, he even compared it to me. I was like, if I was in that situation, I know you're going to be there for me, and I know you was loyal while I was living, you know? Just keep on pushing for your opportunities. Don't let nothing stop you, you know?
Prayers of strength and support, man, goes out to you and yours, man. God bless y'all.
Thank you.
Now what this for? You already know.
And CeeLo, I know we can talk all day with you. You're an amazing man. I know you have a busy schedule. We do appreciate you blessing, because I have many more questions, but I know our time is up. But thank you
I feel like the more we talk, the more comfortable we become.
Exactly, exactly. Like
yeah.
I have so many more questions, but you know, I know I gotta respect, but we have to respect the time.
We'll do a part two.
Okay. Oh,
respect.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, because
I
I got back in the '90s questions. I got a whole bunch of questions for him.
But I do want to stop and give you your flowers, though.
Of course,
you know
of
what I'm
course.
saying? Being that sauce of the game, of the culture, like you are the one that put the sauce on it. Like you say, I'm pop to these songs.
And
like
you never care to go
you know what I'm
on
saying?
the internet.
You ain't go on no rants or you know what I'm saying, trying to solidify your position in this
I'm
this
the
game.
one that did this first.
You know what I'm saying? It was CeeLo. Like, if you paid attention to the culture,
What's
you knew that
trending right
CeeLo
now
was
is
trending
CeeLo.
now was CeeLo. Even the
Rod
Rod Waves, the rappers that singers and this, that, and the third. Like, bro, you know, it's another Palm Beach artist, gang. Same thing. Like, all these folks, like, they owe you.
That melodic.
You know what I'm saying? They owe you. Man, I'm giving you your flowers, man.
I met everybody, man. They don't do nothing but show me love, man. Whether it's Rod, whether it's Moray, or anyone. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Right.
Who can kind of be likened to me in one regard or the other, man. Like, so, you know, on a up close and personal basis, man, the love is there. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, and on me on a personal level, I don't require. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like the public, affirmation. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as it's affirmed in your heart, you know what I mean? Like, and then your action and then the quality of your character and your work. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, that's how I can be best represented and acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I want. I want good for the game and good for the culture.
All right.
The culture being a community, man. We here together, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Man, thank you, man.
Well, thank you so much, y'all. We got CeeLo in the building.
CeeLo,
He blessed us.
Gnarls,
we got
Barkley.
Papa Duck.
Yes,
we on
sir.
the podcast. It's Asia Bella. Hello, and my favorite Tony Boy.
Big
Hey.
Get up, Boosie.
Thank y'all.
Better
Tune
leave
in
shit
to our
alone
next
and get
episode.
up. Okay, I don't give a fuck. You nigga know what's up. Better leave that shit alone.